Thursday evening, and it's time for my day, where I'm going to share with you one thing that I learned, one thing that I achieved, and one thing that I find out that I need to fix. And this is a daily routine that I'm doing. I encourage you to do the same. You'll find it a little bit challenging to think every day about one thing that you achieve, one thing that you learn, one thing that you find out that you need to fix, but it will force you to think about your day, realize what you've done, and helps others to know what you're doing, and you never know where the help is going to come from. So I'm repeating it every time, but it's important. So for this day achievement, I managed today to come with a model that I believe is very beneficial. It's a model that helps you to realize where you need to spend time and effort on ideate new stuff, or innovate, or go even one step further and disrupt yourself or disrupt your competitor. So need to rethink it a little bit, but in a nutshell, it's like 3 different levels that going to help people to realize where they need to focus. Probably I'm going to do it in a 4 quadrant or a matrix where there are different, there's a flow, and each quadrant depicts different type of activities that's suggested and what are the benefit or the risk that associate with this activity. So more to come, but that's a nice achievement when several ideas mesh together into one concept. That's interesting. So that's my achievement for today. One thing that I learned today, I never heard it before, and I was pretty shocked. Apparently for the Old Testimony, there are many books that was written. They never find themselves into the Old Testimony, although they were written in the same time frame when the Old Testimony was written. Anyway, they were forgotten, and they were found, or they were less familiar than the rest. I don't know if they were forgotten. Part of them probably were. And one of them is called Hanoch, or no, in Hebrew, which I can speak fluently, it's Hanoch. You have Hanoch A and you have Hanoch B, and those books are very spiritual, but they also, people claim, I didn't read it, but people claim that also evidence there for I don't know, aliens, or some evidence of meeting with aliens or something along those lines. Anyway, bottom line, although I learned Old Testimony in school in Israel, because you have to read about it, and although I lived in Israel for 40-something years, and although I have friends that are very religion, I never heard about that book up until today, and that is something new that I learned today. And last but not least, one thing that I find out that we need to fix, and that's a post-mortem element of the DR. So apparently people believe that DR test needs to be successful, which is true, but their definition of successful is no issues. And what will happen is through the DR, people will try to patch and create solution just to show that something is working, but in reality it's creating more damage than that it's helpful. It's creating a damage because instead of finding out what is not working and going to fix it, you cover it up with, let's be blunt a little bit, with bullshit. And since you cover it up with bullshit, it looks that it's working, and then you're not aware that there's an issue that you need to fix. Might work for the DR test and everyone will be happy and celebrate the success, but when the real disaster will hit, you find yourself unprepared and suffer. So I don't know how to change this culture, but I just realized that the concept of a DR test should be perfect without any issue, and I need to do anything that I can in order to fix the issues as they are going. This is something that we need to take care of. And that's all for today. One thing that I managed to achieve, one thing that I learned, and one thing that I find out that I need to fix. And tomorrow is Friday, which means that we are going to meet again, or we're going to record again another episode by the end of the day. Up until then, bye.